Many large multinational companies pride themselves on their unrivaled success across the global market through exploiting their core competencies and providing a product or service that is customer focused. Disruptive technology will always exist, and a firm's destiny may be contingent on how they embrace the disruptive technology. Clayton Christensen rejected the technology mudslide hypothesis, which states that established firms fail because they don't keep up with technological advances of their competitors. Christensen proposes that great firms have their eyes open to disruptive technologies, but their traditional business environment impedes their pursuit of new technologies when they first arise, and allows smaller startup firms with different value networks to exploit the disruptive technology and become market leaders, eventually rendering the established firm's products obsolete.
There are a few different kinds of technologies that can affect the future of a company. Sustaining technologies are technologies that help to maintain a rate of improvement. This means that it gives the consumer an updated version of a technology they already find useful. Disruptive technology is a technology that is very different than what consumers have seen before. It creates a completely new market that initially struggles because of the initial quality and lack of foresight of the consumer. The firms are less likely to invest in a disruptive technology because their most profitable customer base are not initially interested in the new product, as it offers less profit return.
Management is an integral part of making a firm successful. The management team of a firm works to keep all employees on track and is trained to use their resources to satisfy customer needs. Management who must focus on implementing new strategies is creating a business environment where failure is inherent. A successful firm has established core competencies in a certain field. By introducing new technologies, there is a large risk that companies will not be able to adapt to the new processes. This high level of risk tolerance is often contrary to the views of most shareholders who are used to a steady return on investment. Job security is the core motivator for employees, and losing this morale can lead to a loss in productivity. When Apple first entered the market in 1977 with the Apple I, it was not a successful venture, and it took many years for the firm to rebound and become the world leader in innovation that it is today.
An alternative perspective is that other firms adopting the new technologies will make great firms obsolete. Stalling the uptake of new technologies and the exploitation of potential markets can cause firms to lose their competitive advantage. As large firms are focused on profitability and customers' needs and wants, when the performance trajectory is reviewed, the foreseen risk will stop management from taking on a new venture. This was illustrated by Seagate Technology, which were a leader in manufacturing the hard disk drive market. When new hard drive technology was released, their largest customer, IBM, decided they did not have an interest because it did not satisfy their customers' needs. A low sales forecast prompted them to shelf the idea because they felt the profit margins on their existing products could not be rivaled. Unfortunately, this was not the case, and the new company launched the product, creating a new market. Seagate reacted with a defensive response, but they could not compete with the dominant position of the early movers in the new market. This was also seen with the emergence of Netflix.
The value network in small and medium-sized firms facilitates the entry into new markets. Typically, larger firms open a smaller company that can focus its total energy on the new venture. The risk of the venture is limited to the resources that have been allocated to the subsidiary company. This protects the reputation of the parent company because it hasn't lost any resources. For example, the project Guide Me to Singapore has a scheme called Singapore Subsidiaries that allows firms to set up new small businesses in order to establish a presence in Singapore. The subsidiary can enjoy Singapore's tax benefits, and the overall expenses for such projects are low and give the parent company competitive advantage. The original company's liabilities are limited and the assets remain protected, as well as benefiting from Singapore's thriving technological market.
To conclude, we have seen how disruptive technologies can cause great firms to fail. The main reasons for this include the behavior of management as well as being unable to adapt to new processes. However, as seen with Seagate, a company may lose out by not implementing new technologies on time. As it has been proven that disruptive technologies cause great firms to fail, firms could potentially set up a subsidiary who will take the risk. In conclusion, we strongly believe that disruptive technologies can destroy great companies.